She needs to be on a better. She needs to be on a better team.
It's official now. Caitlin Clark has said that she will not be returning to Europe after signing a lifetime deal there.
I told Muffin McGraw, one of the greatest coaches of all time, that I'm going to play for her.
Sincerely, I'm conflicted.
Her WNBA season has come and gone. It seemed to be like a fantastic deal.
Although I'm happy for her, the WNBA has suffered a significant loss. She packed her bags and waved goodbye, and who can really blame her?
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season.
She has carried the league on her back, yet the referees have made awful calls. She has been accused of racism again, and let's not forget about the ridiculous salary. Oh, and that pitiful Nike agreement.
Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoe.
Hardly worthy of mentioning. Which is why she left the WNBA.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
With Caitlin Clark gone, Europe is treating her like the queen she deserves to be, while the WNBA is left with nothing but regret. The WNBA essentially gave their biggest star a tip jar and a thank you card for her service. Now, they can complain and plead with her to stay all they want.
2 years ago, their home attendance was 1,800 fans. Their average this year, home attendance, is 17,000. That's almost 10 times. And, of course, the big difference is Caitlin Clark. I think she should be up for MVP.
Here's the crazy part. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's golden child, got a lifetime contract in Europe. Let that sink in. The WNBA is doomed because they can't seem to find their checkbook. Clark was essentially carrying the league on her back.
There's going to be a significant amount of less fans watching the WNBA now that Caitlin is no longer in the picture.
Jersey sales are soaring along with TV ratings through the roof, and she had unrivaled enthusiasm on the COR, but the league treated her like any other player. Did they fail to notice that she is essentially the future of women's basketball?
I know the mainstream media wants us to believe that the WNBA is surging in popularity. I know analysts like Monica McDougal at ESPN. They want us to recognize elite layup missers and failed dunkers. But what Casey has been telling you guys all season, it has been true. What I have said countless times over the past few months, it is finally being proven without a shadow of a doubt. Caitlin Clark is a megastar. Caitlin Clark is a box office draw, while the rest of the WNBA, it is nothing but a polished turd.
To minimize drama newsflash, they adhered to their everything's fair policy rather than acknowledging her worth and paying her what she was due. When a player like Caitlin Clark Fair is in the WNBA, you should pay her what she is worth, but they chose to keep it quiet and avoid making a splash, and now they're in their own trouble.
I have honestly never seen a company fumble the bag so hard like the WNBA fumbled Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark signed a lifetime contract with a European club, not just any contract, but one that finally pays her what she's worth. She did what any superstar would do. She packed her things and said, "See you later."
And even our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA. Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy.
It's hilarious how it all turned out, even though the WNBA is probably sitting in a corner somewhere sobbing into their spreadsheets. The league was more concerned with maintaining balance than with retaining their biggest star, and now Europe is throwing bags of cash at her like it's going out of style.
It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand.
The WNBA undoubtedly believed that Clark loved them and would never give up on dominating American basketball, so they didn't anticipate she would truly quit. Clark had been hinting at her displeasure at being treated like a benchwarmer despite obviously carrying the league, but no one took her seriously. Perhaps they believed that a few more endorsement deals would keep her content, but spoiler alert, they weren't.
You were making the point. Do you want to promote the league or not?
Let's now discuss how much this will hurt the WNBA. In addition to losing a player, they also lost the star that attracted large crowds of fans. Caitlin Clark, who is the league's future and is currently living her best life across the ocean.
For the first time ever, they have a superstar in this league that not only has the ability to draw a mainstream audience, she also has the ability to play actual basketball.
As the WNBA plays catch-up, Clark is likely away in Europe signing autographs in 5 different languages, leaving the advertisers and fans scurrying to find someone to bring in the ratings. Prospering while the WNBA is left wondering how they allowed their star to leave. The WNBA had a fantastic chance to sign Caitlin Clark and make her the league's face for years to come, but they waited, and now Europe is treating her like a king or queen. The WNBA lost more than just a player, they lost a marketing dream.
Caitlin Clark has just been named the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Clark's rookie season, it was historic. She had the most points in a rookie campaign, the most assists in any season ever, and she even messed around and got a pair of triple-doubles, something no other rookie has ever done.
Clark was the league's fan favorite and had the potential to lead it to new heights, but they were too concerned with maintaining fairness and balance. Hopefully, the balance was worthwhile because now they're watching their biggest star shine from across the Atlantic, and this move will significantly alter the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Other players are watching, wondering why I'm here if Caitlin Clark can land a lifetime contract abroad. Accepting crumbs, the WNBA faces a major strike if it doesn't wake up and begin paying its players what they are really worth. Exodus. Why stay when Europe is spouting money like confetti? Time is running out, and this might be the league's tipping point.
Caitlin is going to have an incredible career. She will have an opportunity to go to the Olympics. She will have an opportunity to develop as a player. I think she is going to be one of the greatest players that the game has ever seen.
In the end, Caitlin Clark wasn't only irritated by the money. Let's face it, she had every right to be, but also by the terrible calls, the off-court drama, the league's strange unwillingness to completely accept her as the superstar she obviously was, and the persistent disrespect. When Europe came knocking with that lifetime deal, it wasn't even a difficult choice for Clark because she wasn't going to sit around and be treated like an afterthought when she was out there contributing more to the WNBA than half the league combined.
I think she talks a lot of and she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets.
The WNBA is left wondering how they let their best player slip through their fingers. They didn't just lose a player, they lost the player who was going to shape the league's future. However, perhaps they could make up for it with more dubious foul calls and cryptic tweets, since that's obviously working out so well for them. The WNBA had already demonstrated to her how little they valued her, so why stick around?
Stephen A., I could actually argue that it hurts the game more if they had given her a roster spot over someone more deserving.
But let's face it, if you were Caitlin Clark, receiving any kind of fair call would have felt like winning the lottery next to impossible. The worst part is that the WNBA knew exactly what they were doing. They acknowledged that they had a superstar on their hands, but they refused to fully embrace it, almost as if they were afraid she would outgrow the league or something. Again, spoiler alert. She did this by refusing to acknowledge her impact and pay her what she deserved. The WNBA created their own nightmare, believing they could minimize her significance and keep her under control, and everything would be alright, but Clark wasn't having any of that, and honestly, can you blame her?
Your only argument for Caitlin is that it would have been a great marketing opportunity and you don't have basketball experience or chemistry with the group listed in your reasoning. I don't want to hear it.
Caitlin Clark's 2025 WNBA season was more than just a roller coaster. It was one of those rides where the safety bar doesn't quite click in and you're holding on for dear life the entire time. Let's talk about the chaos, starting with the eye-popping image that went viral around the globe. Despite everything that Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA, they chose to give her a paycheck that was essentially pocket change. The player who was once again making the league relevant was treated like Justin ratings for television. Sky's popularity increased by 46% every time she played, and fans who had likely never watched a WNBA game tuned in just to watch her play. However, the league not only undervalued her financially, but they also minimized her in their marketing campaigns, preventing her from receiving her fair share of attention. Instead of making her the league's undisputed face, they tried to divert attention to other players who weren't even close to what Clark was doing in an effort to keep things balanced, alienating their greatest asset because they couldn't cope with her being the dominant force and tried to keep her small. WNBA